Start virtual. Ops 31.0. Ops 31. Folder view list. Ops Studio 8 of 59. Line survival 1 of 59. Line survival.
This game is a three-dimensional audio game. It is therefore essential that sounds coming from your right are heard in your right ear, and that sounds coming from your left are heard in your left ear. If your headphones aren't properly balanced, or you have a minor hearing loss in one ear, it might help to adjust the stereo balance in this game's settings menu. If the following audio cues are heard in the wrong ear, your headphones might be on the wrong way. This should be coming from your left. This should be coming from your right.
Press confirm or escape to continue. Line survival. Use vertical keys up and down to navigate. Use the horizontal keys left and right to change difficulty on the selected gamma mode. Confirm with enter spacebar or confirm on the controller. Story mode. Game modes. Tutorial from beginning. Challenges. Settings. Credits. Quiz. Credits. Settings. Settings. Press up slash down to select the setting. Press left slash NVDA settings. Press up slash down to select NVDA mode on. Stereo balance 50%. Mouse sensitivity 7. Keyboard rotation sensitivity 7. Controller sensitivity 12. Subtitles for voices on. Delete save file. Back. Line survival. Use vertical key. Story mode. Game modes. Tutorial from game modes. Select the game mode. Use for endless easy. Select the game mode. Use endless easy. Training dash 30 seconds. Tunnel. Scavenge mode. Beginner. Bomb defusal. Survival. Back. Bomb scav tunnel. Training dash 30 endless easy. Line survival. Story game modes. Tutorial from beginning. Challenges. Tasks 0 crystal zone. Earn more by completing challenges. Use up slash down to view challenge. 0 crystal zone. Earn more by completing challenges. Use up slash down to view challenges. Change page with left. 0 crystal. Use up slash down to view challenges. Change page with left slash right. Use escape or start button to exit. Story 0 slash 11. Story page 2. 0 endless. 0 slash training. 0 slash 10. Tunnel. 0 slash scavenge. Bomb defusal. 0. Line survival. Use for story mode. Game tutorial from beginning. Challenge settings. Credits. Settings. Chat. Game modes. Tutorial from beginning. Game modes. Select the game. Endless easy. Line survival. Story mode. Story mode. New game.
One day. Just one day. That was all it took to make this place a nightmare. The day before that day, a man had shown up early for his work as a radio broadcaster. He went there alone to pre-record a program that would air later that day. But after the program had aired, some parts of it was mysteriously gone. Just like the radio host himself.
Subtitles for the whole video. One day. Just one day was all it took to make this.
You hear that? It's the sound of ocean waves and the sheep.
Subtitles for the whole video. One day. Just one day was all it took to make this place a night.
Actually, we're in a studio right now, so I'm Dr. Andrew, expert on the history of the Gari Island. This is known as one of the most peaceful places on Earth, but the people who grew up here often get to hear the story of the brutal civil war that happened over 100 years ago. Almost half of the inhabitants died. My grandpa used to tell me the story every night before I went to sleep. It always brings me such joy when the great hero climbed the watchtower. Fun fact, we can actually see the watchtower from the studio. Was the military force that the island once had, withered away like autumn leaves. Probably because no one believes we would go to war again after how many that lost their lives in the Civil War. This tough time, people had to find new ways to support themselves. One of these ways was by exporting wool, thanks to the special breed of sheep that lives on this island. Therefore, a lot of people consider the sheep to be holy. A few sheep mysteriously disappeared a few weeks ago, and many older folks are taking it as a bad omen. And the fact that the government is trying to sweep it under the rug isn't making people calmer. Especially when you consider that the annual sheep festival is held today. Regardless, Gari still remains a very peaceful island, even though it is still quite unknown. But that's the end of this small history lesson, and I hope you enjoy the sheep festival. Finally done recording. Now it's time to pay that watchtower a visit. A scream pierces through the night, jolting you wide awake. You call out to your friends, but get no response. The sudden realization that you're alone in the tent makes adrenaline surge through your veins. But if one of your friends are in trouble, you have no choice but to leave the tent and investigate. There's a camping knife in your bag. You should take it before you head out.
Focus off.
You retrieve the knife from your bag.
You have now obtained your first weapon. To equip the weapon, you must first open the inventory menu. There are two ways to do this. Either you can open the pause menu by pressing start on your controller or escape on your keyboard and then selecting the inventory. Or you can press the I key on your keyboard to open it instantly. Go ahead and open the inventory. The inventory consists of 3 slots. In each slot, you can put a different weapon or equipable item. You can use up and down buttons to navigate between the different slots. Once a slot is selected, you can press right and left buttons to change the equipped item inside it. Please put the camping knife inside a slot and then exit the inventory with the escape button or back button on your controller.
Weapons. Navigate up and down to select a slot. Slot 1 empty-handed. Slot 2 empty-handed. Slot 3 empty. Slot 1 empty. Camping knife. Empty-handed. Empty-handed. Slot 2 empty. Slot 1 empty-handed. Camping knife. Pause menu. Use navigation keys to select an inventory. Continue. Controls and tutorial. Continue.
Good job! The camping knife is now equipped in a slot. You can switch between the slots using the 1, 2 and 3 keys on your keyboard respectively, or the D-pad left, up and right, where left is the first slot, up is the second and right is the third. You can now continue your adventure.
What the? That's the sound of a zombie, just like the ones you've heard in countless horror movies. And judging by the screams earlier, this is no prank. This is a real zombie. And you have no idea how many more could be roaming around the camping site. You should sneak past it into the forest by following the river to your left. But part of you also want to fight this zombie.
What's up? That's the sound of a zombie, just like the ones you were.
You managed to kill the zombie, but sadly, the victim is giving no signs of being alive. You think they're already dead. The thought of touching a dead body frightens you, but you need to know if it's one of your friends. You kneel down and check the body. It appears to be a short woman wearing a negligee. You unwillingly give out a sigh of relief. That's not one of your friends. You realize that if you don't run off into the forest by following the river to your left, you might end up like this poor woman.
Achievement.
It appears to be a short woman wearing a negligee. Ops 30. Configure. Start virtual camera. Stop recording.